Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the two national anthems, one from the Republic of Uganda and the other from the United States of America. Let's start the national anthem with the one from the Republic of Uganda. Thank you so much. And someone in the machines, please give us the national anthem of Uganda. Right now, let's go straight to the national anthem of the United States, the Star as you know it. Thank you so much. We are getting it.
God bless.
We are getting it. We are getting it. It is a beautiful song also. Thank you, my brother.
If you mapped out your future, where would you go?
Thank you so much. You can have your seats. Thank you so much.
Maybe you'd take a trip.
Fellow Ugandans.
Pay for college. Or build your emergency fund. Open a savings account.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you turn it off for me? Thank you. Bostonians, I love you so much. People power. People power? I know you guys are really waiting to hear from the Honorable Member of Parliament, and you know what he went through. But this is what I want to tell you. We know why we are here. This is not a violent organization. It's not a violent movement. We are here because we are concerned about mother country Uganda. We don't want the price of dissent to be torture. We want to talk if there is stuff happening in our country. We want a Uganda where our kids have a decent education, a decent meal, and they are safe in their country. We want a Uganda, if you have an opposing view, it's not a crime. That is the Uganda that we want. We want a Uganda where a president comes and goes and we can change power without shedding blood. That's the Uganda that I know all of you are looking for too. You may ask yourself, what is people power? To me, people power is people's response to the dictatorship in Uganda, where Ugandans are saying enough is enough. We must take control of our country. We must put our country in the hands of the young people that have the vision, that can dream and dream better. That's the Uganda we are working towards. And I know Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi, he went through whatever he went through because he rose up and spoke. And today, we are going to be hearing from him. But before we proceed, I would like to dedicate this town hall meeting in the hands of the Almighty. And I'm going to be inviting Sheikh Mayanja to take over from here as we commit this meeting into the hands of God. Thank you so much.
People power. Our power. People power. Our power. Our power. Your Honorable Kyagulanyi, Honorable Kyagulanyi, tulina essanyu lya nsusso okulaba nti otusuulidde omwoyo okujja wano okututegeeza ku nsonga ezifa ewaffe. Naffe tuli beetegefu nga bw'otulaba, bangi bakyajja okubeera nga bawuliriza ebigambo byo. Baganda bange, olw'obudde obufunda, mu kiti mwe nzijjidde kyakusabira mukolo guno n'okusabira eggwanga. Right. Tuteekwa okumanya baganda bange nti tuba tusabira eggwanga tumanye lwaki tulisabira, olw'ensonga ezo buli omu kati z'amanyi ku ssaawa eno ezitakyalina nti zeekwese eri omuntu yenna. Abakulembeze b'amadiini oba abagoberezi ffenna nga bwe tuli wano tuli bantu abagoberera eddiini zaffe ez'enjawulo. Tulina ebibiina ebigamba nti tuyinza gatta ddiini na politics. But that is wrong. That is wrong. Awatali politics, awatali ddiini tebiyinza biteekwa okutambulira wamu. Ngenda bawayo ebifaananyi bibiri then tusobole okulaba nga lwaki tusaba nga tusabira eggwanga lyaffe. Isooka ku sayidi yaffe tewali nti osabira ddiini gundi oba gundi wabula osabira eggwanga lyaffe. Omukulembeze waffe nabbi waffe Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam bwe yatuuka nga yakassibwako obubaka nga babonyaabonyeze bwe yakwata abantu n'abasindika Habasha ewandiwadde wayitibwa mu Ethiopia. Ensonga eyamutumisa abantu abaava e Makka yali emu olw'okuba ensi eyo yalimu obwenkanyankanya. Ffenna tetulwanirira wano olwaleero bwenkanyankanya mu nsi yaffe obulabika nti bwaggwaawo tebukyaliwo. Era eyo nsonga lwaki tuli wano si kubeera nti oli wano ogenda kukwata mundu wabula oyagala adaala obwenkanyankanya bubeere mu nsi yaffe. Ekyokubiri, nabbi waffe Muhammad bwe yabeera e Madiina nga yakayingirayo omusonyi okukwata ku sayidi y'Obusiraamu, bwe yatuukayo yasooka ekintu kimu nga tanayita abantu kujoyininga ddiini ye, yabagamba yagatta wakati wa famire ebbiri ezaali zirwanaganye emyaka 40 nga tanabagamba nti mujje muyingire eddiini mukkirize Katonda wammwe. Yabagatta wakati w'abantu ababiri okubeera ng'ateekawo obwenkanyankanya. Ekyokusatu, olutalo olugambibwa nti yali alwana abeere ngazza embeera mu nteeko kyali nti addidde olutalo olwasooka yali addira ebintu ebyabanyagwako nga babagobye Makka okugenda e Madiina n'agenda mu lutalo olwo okubeera ng'ayagala okuddiza abantu baabwe ebintu byabwe ebyo bakatakakatako okubeera nti byabwe baabibajjako namaanyi. Wano we tuyimiridde baganda bange nti olwaleero gwe nange tewali atalina buzibu back home okubeera nti waliwo either you or your family or a relative or a friend of yours aluzinze one of his property. Mu kulwana kuno mulimu okufa, mulimu okufiirwa, mulimu okubonyaabonyezebwa nga muganda waffe ebintu byeyatuuseeko. Mu lutalo luno mulimu okubeera mulimu sacrifice gye yatukoledde muganda waffe olwaleero gye tulaba nti ye yatuukiddwako ebizibu naye si ku lulwe wabula ku lwaffe ffenna. Lwaki tuli wano tunoonya bwenkanyankanya? I guess nti each of you here toli wano okujjako nyonya kubeera ng'ofuna obwenkanyankanya ku mbeera eyimiriddewo e Uganda. Kisooka tuweereza ssente wano bulijjo gwe nange ne zigenda ne zituuka abaana ne tubaweerera ne end of the day ne bamala okusoma ne babulwa ekyokukola. Muganda waffe ekimuleese wano kulwanirira ddembe eryo ky'omwana gw'oweeredde n'abayi mu university tagenda kgenda mu wino kutunda ngatto na kutunda bugoye yensonga lwaki ali wano kyagenda okulwanirira. Tunoonya bwenkanyankanya sewo tweyanze nnyo tweyanzire ekisembayo nga situnnaba kusaba yensonga lwaki nnyonnyonnyodde ebintu bino tumanye lwaki tusabira eggwanga lyaffe. Oyinza okusaba obusabi naye nga tomanyi why you ask Allah to help us. Omutonzi mu bintu byasinga okubeera nga asaako nnyo essira omuntu agenda okubeera nga yagenda okubeera ku mulyango okusooka ye mukulembeze omwenkanyankanya. Kati omukulembeze omwenkanyankanya yoyo gwe tunoonya okubeera nga dda mu bigere by'omukulembeze atali muki atali mwenkanyankanya. N'olw'ensonga eyo baganda bange njagala twegattire wamu nga tugenda okusaba kye tunoonya mu kyo bwe bwenkanyankanya. Abaana baffe, bakadde baffe, baganda baffe, ab'emikwano bali mu kubeera nti balyazaamaanyiziddwa mu ebyo bye bateekwa okubeera nga bibaweebwa. Nsaba ffenna tuseeyo omwoyo nga tugenda okusoma ebigambo bino wammanga. Bismillahi rrahmani rrahim. Ayi Mukama Katonda awaliridde eggulu n'ensi, tukusaba nga tukwegayirira mu kaseera kano, mu kuŋŋaana kwaffe kuno, mu kulumwa kwaffe, mu buzibu bwe tulimu, mu bwetaavu bwe tulimu, mu kubonaabona mwe tutambulira, tukusaba ayi Mukama Katonda ossa okusaasira okusookera ddala kuffe abali wano, otuwe obusobozi mu ngeri yonna etusobola okubeera nga tudduukiriramu baganda baffe abali eka. Ayi Mukama Katonda omulezi w'ebitonde, tukusaba nga tukwegayirira osse mwoyo ayimiriddewo mu bigere byaffe okubeera nga atulwanirira, omuwe obusobozi, amaanyi n'obuvumu okubeera nga alwanirira eggwanga lyaffe. Ayi Mukama Katonda ow'ekitiibwa, tukusaba obeere ng'otaasa abantu baffe abali eka, abali mu buzibu, abalyazaamaanyiziddwa, ababonyaabonyezebwa, abakubiddwa, abasibiddwa, abali mu makomera abavundiddeyo. Ayi Mukama Katonda tukusaba okulaajana kwaffe kuno kubeere nga kuwulirwa mu maaso go, obeere ng'okkiriza ffenna tetuli boonoonyi wabula newankubadde mulimu bati ayi Mukama Katonda ku lw'abangi tukusaba okkirize okusaba kwaffe. Amiina. Wasallillahumma ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much. That is one of our community leaders, and Sheikh Mayanja. Right now, we have a very tight schedule because the Honorable will be leaving shortly, but we will have a Q&A session immediately when he has finished talking to us. But before he talks to us, I would like to take this opportunity to have at least 2 or 3 people from the community that are going to be speaking. And each one of them, I'm just going to give them 5 minutes to talk to you. Then one of my organizers will invite the Honorable to speak to you. So right now, let me take this opportunity to invite our one and only sister, Shalene Naolime, to come up and say a word or two to the Ugandan community. Charlene Naulime, you are welcome. Where is my sister Charlene Naulime? She's coming. That is one of our own who is running for office in the United States of America. She's going to be speaking just only in 5 minutes, and she will introduce the gentleman who is coming with her. Thank you so much. Yes.
Salam alaikum. Sheikh Mayanja, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor and a privilege it is for me to be here with you today. What an honor and a privilege it is to share the same stage with a hero, an esteemed member of parliament, a freedom fighter, a voice for the voiceless, and a selfless leader who, in his own words, is willing to die trying. In his interview with Scott Simon, he describes the Pearl of Africa as a country where life doesn't mean a thing anymore. This is not the Uganda we know. This is not the Uganda we know and love. That is why we're here today. And we're not alone. People in this community, like my friend and neighbor Alex, are with us. Alex works for the Harvard Negotiation Project. He's here with us. Alex, where are you? Thank you. Many people like Alex are with us. We're not in this fight together. So, we're not in this fight alone. We're together, and I'm grateful for people like him. And there's more. There's our mayor. There are other councillors in Waltham, and a slew of people who we can count on to be a support and a resource. Honorable Chagulanyi, we are proud of the stance that you have taken, and we don't take your actions or fight lightly. When the historians pen this, they will write about a man who saw injustice and inhumane atrocities against his people and had the courage to fight. My name is Charlene Naulime, and I'm a candidate for City Council right here in Ward 6 in Waltham. I am running because I believe that government should work for the people. I am running with a different approach to governance, one of openness, transparency, and inclusivity. So when you cast your vote for me, you're casting a vote for representation. You're casting a vote for open, transparent, and inclusive government. And I am so proud of our sense of community. I'm so proud of the fact that we are able to be Americans while maintaining our Ugandan culture. I'm so grateful. Lastly, I'm so grateful for our ability to mobilize and organize around the issues that matter to us, especially the reason why we're here today. Honorable Robert Chagulanyi, our people, our power.
She's running for office, so don't forget to vote in November. You will see her on the ballot.
No.
Oh, you don't? I'm sorry.
September 25th. It's a crazy special election smack dab in the middle of the state election. So the special election is September 25th. Get out and vote because your vote matters. And by the way, this seat was lost once by just 6 votes. So I need each and every one of you. Please get out and vote. Let your voice be heard here so that our people can be encouraged. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister. We are trying to really catch up on time because we lost some time, but that's okay. We have one of our own elders. Before I invite him to say a word or two, just for only 5 minutes, I would like to acknowledge and to thank the volunteer team. We call it the People Power team that has been behind this with our Muslim brothers who really did this marvelous, on a very short notice to organize this town hall meeting. So thank you so much, the volunteer team. Some of them are seated there. Some of them don't want to be mentioned by name, but they know themselves. They have done a great work. Thank you so much. There's things I want to take out of the way. We have 2 boxes You know that things cannot move without money. And money is one of those toughest things to talk about. But you know that we need money. We need money for lawyers, we need money for medical expenses, we need money for those that are still in jail. So those boxes are going to be on the outside. You can read, you can go over there, read and see which box you can drop something. Okay, the boxes are there. So every penny is going to the cause. None of this volunteer team is taking a penny because we are here to fight a just cause.
Right here.
Thank you so much. In our midst, we have religious leaders, and they'll be invited later when the Honorable is done speaking. But right now, let me take this opportunity to invite Pastor Balinda as one of our elders to come and say a word or two. And Pastor, 5 minutes, quickly 5 minutes, because the Honorable is supposed to be flying out shortly. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was invited to speak as an elder on behalf of all Ugandans who are here. As Ugandans, we want to welcome Honorable Kyagulanyi. Can you wave to Honorable Kyagulanyi and welcome him to Boston? I've been given 5 minutes and I want to use it wisely. Now, as Ugandans in Boston, we are citizens of Uganda. And some of us, we are citizens of the United States. Some of you have what we call dual citizenship. Others, you are in the process. There is one thing that we've learned when we are here. When you are a citizen, you have rights and privileges. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have a right to vote. You have a right to demonstrate when things are not right. You have a right, there are rights. And I believe in Uganda, Uganda has got a constitution and there are rights. Now, as Ugandans in diaspora, we want to use our rights to voice ourselves. And this is one of the ways for us to voice ourselves. And we want to take this opportunity as we are on the air to tell every Ugandan in Uganda that as a Ugandan citizen, you have a right to do everything within your citizenship. And that's what Honorable Kyagulanyi is doing. Can you clap for him? We are not trying to revolt. We are not trying to cause rebellion. We want to ask our leaders in Uganda that as Ugandans, we don't have to be prosecuted when we speak. We want to request the present president that he has been in power for 32 years. He has served 3 generations. A generation is 40 years. And it's time for change. He served my father, he has served me, and he has served our sons. Now he's trying to serve our grandchildren. Is that fair? No. So that's why we are here. Honorable Kyagulanyi, sir, Mr. Kyagulanyi, you're honorable. We want you to take back the message to the Ugandan Parliament, to everybody, that the Ugandans in diaspora, they have a voice and you have to listen to them. No Ugandan should be prosecuted. We want a free Uganda whereby every Ugandan has a right, especially our children who are born here. They are also Ugandans. We want to leave a good legacy. 2018 should be a year to turn things around. So I conclude by saying, please, we respect every opposition. There might be some people here who are opposing Don't take any pictures. Don't prostitute anybody. And please, in Uganda, we in diaspora, don't live under fear and intimidation. This is the land of the free. You are free here, and Uganda is free. God bless you. For God and my country.
People power. People power. Thank you so much, Pastor Malina. That's one of our own in the community. Here's the thing. We are not going to relent. We are not going to back down. We are going to continue to press on until our country is free. That's what I want to tell the people in Uganda. Thank you so much. Because of the limited nature of time, I'm going to be inviting Sheikh Dumba just for a minute. Then he will take us into the next session where he will invite the Honorable Member of Parliament to speak to us. After that, we'll have a Q&A session where questions will be asked. Now, the question must be precise and brief. We are not going to intimidate anyone. We are not going to advocate for violence.
Excuse me. The youth were 80% of the total population of Uganda.
Yes, sir.
Now people do program. What's happening?
You are going to ask questions. Thank you so much. That's a great question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Honorable is coming. He will address some of those issues. Now, one other thing. Bostonians, I love you so much. One other thing, Bostonians. The Honorable Member of Parliament, community members, the Honorable Robert Chagulanyi, through the advice of his doctors, is not going to be shaking hands, and you know why? Because the doctors have cautioned him not to shake hands because of the fear of infection. I'm just putting that out. So he won't be shaking hands, so don't be disappointed if he doesn't shake your hand. Is that okay? Okay. Let me take this opportunity. The youth are going to ask questions, don't worry about that. Let me take this opportunity to invite the one and only Sheikh Dumba, and he will take it from here. Thank you so much. People power! People power! Our power! People power!
Ladies and gentlemen, again, let me take this opportunity to thank you all for coming and sparing this time to come and be with us this night, or this evening. And I'll be addressing Honorable Robert Chagulanyi directly, and I'll be sending a message from Muslims in the diaspora through Honorable Chagulanyi to the Parliament of Uganda. We in the US have been taught, and we are good students. That's where we come most of the time. In the US, we are told that we can demonstrate. In the US, we are told that we have our rights. There are 193 nations under the United Nations that are signatory to embracing and keeping and promoting basic human rights, including the right to worship, including the right to associate, including the right to move, and including the right to pay back to our nations. Honorable Chagulanyi, my name is Abdallah Dumba. I want to put it on record because I know it's going on record. A Ugandan by birth a citizen of the United States. Most of my parents, never in life has my parent touched the land in the US, of the US. They were all Ugandans. They died in Uganda. My eldest children are all in Uganda. I have some roots that are untouchable, unbreakable with Uganda. And so I think, and I'm sure, that every Ugandan that is in the diaspora today, we share the same. We all love our dearest Uganda because that's where we came from. We would not be known. We would not be known here in the US. They know us because we are people from Uganda. Let me inform you, Honorable Chagulanyi, that today, in this hour, you are sitting in Little Kampala. Ladies and gentlemen, ono ye Kampala waffe, waliwo amatooke gaffe, waliwo lumonde, waliwo bbogwe ya muwogo, amayuuni, byonna tubirina ne ssemutundu. Naye tusigala tukyayagala bye lwaki tubiyita olw'ensonga twagala okusigaza akalandira ku nsi yaffe. Ensi yaffe ebanga terina mirembe, tutya, tukaaba, tukola enkya n'eggulo ne tuweereza ssente. We are the second investors, number 2 investors. Ugandans in the diaspora, we were second investors ku Uganda. Bannange ekyo mbadde temukimanyi mukitegeere. You are the number 2 investors in Uganda because even a person that arrived yesterday is sending dollars to Uganda to support their family members. Bwebanga teri butebenkevu kitukaabya. But let me go to the point. And I'm going to mention these names just for us to think about them. And if you have anything that you can do to remember them and include them in our prayers. In April, on the 20th day, around evening time, Sheikh Abdul Karim Sentamu was gunned mercilessly, was killed. I have connections, pardon me and allow me to create that relationship that is personal between me and all these individuals. He was my schoolmate. We both studied in Saudi Arabia. We studied in Uganda. We went back to Uganda. He taught, up to now, people whom he taught are still teaching. But he was gunned down. No report has been ever presented to the Muslim community, leave alone his father, neither to his mother, neither to the children that he left behind. And I'm sure the last homework that I did, government of Uganda, and let me forward this to Honorable Chagulanyi, the Parliament of Uganda, I'm going to hold you responsible if they don't go visit the family of Abdul Karim Sentamu. On June 2012, just 2 months later, Sheikh Abubakar Kiwewa was also gunned down. On December the 25th of 2014, Abdul Kadir Muwaya in the eastern part of Uganda was also killed by gun. December 28th of 2014, imagine, they target two sheikhs, 2 Muslim clerics every year. At the beginning, either in the middle or the end of the year. Sheikh Mustafa Bahiga was also gunned down. May 2015, Abdul Rashid Wafula was also gunned down. June the 30th, 2015, Hassan Chiria gunned down. The gentleman who used to be a sheikh, who was considered to be a rebel, who decided to go and partner with President Museveni, Sheikh Muhammad Chigundu, gave him all his life and said, I'm going to serve for the nation. The pay was to gun him down. Chigundu gunned down. And lately, the young man, the blood of Uganda, someone that's serving under to secure Ugandans, a young policeman, Muhammad, who? Muhammad Chirumira, is paid by a bullet. To all of those people, for all of those people, the Muslims have this message to the government of Uganda. They have to produce a list of every single person. President Museveni has to produce a list of every Ugandan, every Muslim that was killed, and invite the family members and pay them and tell them this is the reason. Bring that person in front of that family and let them speak directly to the kids of those gentlemen and say, this was the reason why we killed your dad. I think that would be fair. Yasini Kauma, a young man who said, I'll stay next to my brother, the young blood. I'm an old fella. I'm old. I'm not able to go and run, do whatever they do. But if a young blood stands up and says that I'm going to fight for the nation, fight for Uganda, not hitting anyone, but through the bullet, and you kill that person, this is the message, ladies and gentlemen. We have to say, to call this to its end and say enough is enough. Honorable Chagulani, I know you are one, but I know here that you have 10, maybe 15 other members of parliament. But maybe they are scared to stand up and speak the way you speak. But I want to give every single one some good news. That your day will come and no one will stop it. When that day comes, no one will come and intercede and say, no, you cannot go. You will have to go. Muhammad Chirimira said that if you speak, you die. And if you don't speak, you die. And he indeed was killed. Muslims do not defy the fact that people die. We don't deny it. We believe we have to die. Actually, Muslims do believe death is there. But the nature and the circumstances under which someone is killed, that's where the question arises. Honorable Chagulani, we will give you a package. This is coming from the Muslims in the diaspora. I'm here in the US, but I can guarantee you that I'm speaking for all Muslims in the diaspora. But more than that, I'm speaking for all Ugandans. Kawesi was a fighter, was a protector of all Ugandans. Regardless of his belief, Aboriginal, regardless of his tribe, these people don't deserve to die, to be killed using a bullet. Honorable Chagulani, please be the voice, and we shall pray. And ask our Almighty God to help you and lead you through the journey together with those people that are traveling with you. When your time comes, you will also go. But better go when you have done something. We believe today you have done some part. You played your part. And we believe if you are to depart, let it be. That's going to be God's decree. Nothing can change it. Ladies and gentlemen, muzikirize bannange nkome wano naali badde na bingi naye message yaffe egende direct to President Museveni, to Ugandans, Muslims all over in the diaspora demanding death. And these people have to be brought to maaso g'abaana b'abantu abo bazadde baabwe babategeeze lwaki abantu abo bonna battibwa, because no one is following them today. We have to stand for them. Thank you so much again, Mukulu Kyagulanyi, for coming. Thank you, organizers, for organizing this. And please, musonyi olw'okuba tuttemu obudde obuwanvu, but I'm emotional sometimes. When you're emotional, you don't control yourself, but I think I have controlled myself. Thank you so much. Kama wange, mzina la kuhudu. People power! People power! People power! Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine, oh yeah! Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine, oh yeah! Sake, oh yeah! Sewanyana, oh yeah! President Museveni, please! That's people's voice. That is people's voice. Please, kaka na bao na ugeni umuleko. Ladies and gentlemen, kusembelea kwa mumaso. As you do that, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have the honor. I am given another task. And this is one of the biggest tasks. Maybe I have to be humbled because I never know, you never know. This is probably one of those big individuals that's going to come, that is in making, that I'm inviting today to address this gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to invite Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi to town. Hello. tusisinkane tuwulirize tutwale message eno eri bonna abaliko. Ladies and gentlemen, the youth were complaining. They said we only see Dumba. We see abasajja bakulu. But this is one of you. Is one of you. So please listen attentively and please take the message and carry it far and beyond.
Thank you. Okay, listen to this. I say we are fighting for freedom. Kimanye nti okununula eggwanga kituuka katako abaana ba Uganda ffenna, era manya nti bw'otunuulira ebikyamu n'osirikireyo olinga ensi olukwe, naffe abakulwanirako gwe n'osirikireyo obeera otusaddaase. Ono muzeeyi tumutabuti naye nga twakuwanye. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I must say, I am overwhelmed. Many times I've come to Boston as a musician, and I must say it has always been fun. And yes, I will be lying if I said I don't miss my old life. I miss my old life. It was so much fun to have, so much money to make, but so little a difference to make. I am humbled to be talking to you, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to have been one of the consumers of the wise words from the elders we had. And indeed, I had the complaints from the young people, but I must say that until we got leaders who are elders but don't behave like elders, we always benefited from the wise counsel of elders. And indeed, we still hold our elders in very high esteem, in very high regard, especially the cautious and on-point elders. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not intend initially to meet many people because that was the advice of my doctors and my family. They thought I needed some time to myself. But because I also know that it was not just the power of humanity but the power of God that I'm still able to talk to you today. So I planned to have prayers with my brothers in Boston in church. And being a Catholic, it was planned, and indeed I was in church earlier today. But also knowing that I'm a grandson of Haji Musa Kanawa in Masaka. Yes, my mother comes from a Muslim family. And it is not a mistake that most of my closest friends are Muslims. Nobian Lee is a Muslim. Adam is a Muslim. Musa Semakula is a Muslim. Yassini Kauma, who took the bullets that were meant for me, is a Muslim, and many other guys. So that is the connection that I had, and indeed, having talked to some of my closest friends in Boston, we had to have a conversation with my Muslim brothers and sisters, especially at a very sensitive time like this. But again, I was very encouraged by the open-heartedness and tolerance of the Muslims here who themselves suggested that this should not be a meeting of only Muslims, but all brothers and sisters who share the same aspirations with them. So that is how we've ended up here. In church, I got the opportunity to communicate in my mother language. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you and I bring warm greetings from home. Especially my Muslim brothers, allow me to salute you in a special way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank you, all of you, Ugandans in Boston, Ugandans across America, Ugandans in the diaspora, in other parts of the world, and yes, Ugandans back home who I know are watching us, for standing with us in the cause, for standing with us when we try to raise the voices of reason, when we try to highlight the plight of Uganda. I must say that maybe I wouldn't be alive if you did not exert the pressure that you exerted. You guys may not know, but you actually saved my life. You enabled me to travel here, but you continue to save the lives of the people back home. So this, my thoughts and kind regards to our comrades who continue to suffer. Some are in hospital, some are in jail, and yes, some died. We lost my brother, Yasin Kauma. I'm sorry if I mention him again and again and again. We lost a very close friend and brother, Afande Muhammad Chirumira. We lost a brother called Serungaya. This is a guy that the world will never know. He was just a few classes ahead of me in our school in Ugomba, in Bukalaji. This guy was dragged from his house and shot, dead. And of course, many brothers whose names I don't even have of head, the guys who were killed in Mityana, and many, many other people that continue to suffer in our country. Please don't get them out of your prayers and thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said initially, I used to be just an artist, having my fun. Every time I came to Boston or to other parts of America, it was a business of signing autographs, walking with my swagger, doing my music and making money. And yes, like I said earlier, I still miss that old life. But I decided that it will not just be entertainment, it will be edutainment. And I took it a notch higher, and I dared to believe that we people can, each one individually, play a role in the liberation of our country. Why do we talk about our country? Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want you to know that I am not here to teach you anything new. You know what I am talking about. Many of you, but because what is happening home is not what you feel you deserve, and you jump on that plane because your mind is thinking bigger. Because when you are in Uganda, where you are is not who you are. Because you are searching for what they call greener pastures. That's why you are here. And that is how we have ended up losing some of the best brains in our country, some of the best talents in our country. Because our talent, our country does not
reward talent. That is the state of our country, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you leave home because of the injustices. Many of you leave home because of the numerous tortures. I was so humbled to see that the world got up in arms over my torture, and yet when I look at the torture of other people, particularly the Muslim clerics, my condition is put to shame. Yes, you've seen it, and I'm not saying this because it's Muslims that invited me, but we've seen many unmentioned cases of Muslim clerics coming to court limping, and it does not even make it to the news bulletins. I was joking with my friend after they assassinated the Honorable Abiriga, may his soul rest in peace. He made a tweet and said, just a few minutes after Abiriga was shot, he said, if you are Muslim and you live near Kawanda, run. Because that is a soft target. That is the kind of country where we live, where corruption is the order of the day, where extrajudicial killings is the order of the day. And indeed, the president, in his recent State of the Nation address, he mentioned that he knows some of the killers. He just didn't explain why they're not apprehended. That is the country where we live, ladies and gentlemen. So many of you who are here, what is happening home, you know it. Many of you are more knowledgeable than myself. I'm only glad that the ghetto people where I come from raised me and gave me the opportunity to be able to address you, ladies and gentlemen. And it is that opportunity that I try to use. That opportunity that I want to try and maximize every given opportunity in my life, at least for as long as I live. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me talking to you today, it's not out of fun. I don't enjoy this. No, I don't. There's no even instrumental. There's no music. It is not fun. I don't like it. But because this is where we are pushed, it's because every day my children are growing and I want them to live in a better country. It's because nobody is safe. And maybe it's because I've been silent for a very, very long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may wonder why we struggle. What is our purpose? Some friend asked me, after all this, a friend who loved me very much, said, Bobi, mwana tukwagala nechichi. Said, Bobi, we love you, but I mean, you have a successful music career and you're a member of parliament. Why don't you just embark on your big music career, earn your parliamentary salary, and enjoy what he calls a comfortable life? I mean, Bobi, you've made it. You have boats that you don't ride. You have money that you don't spend. What is your problem? Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at the life of the people where I grew up from, the many friends that I miss only once a year or once in 2 years, or if I spend 3-4 years without coming to America, then I won't see them in those 4 years. I was chatting with my friend Laban today. I always take silly jokes with my friends. And I told him, man, it's like you're dead. And he also said, yeah, Bobi, it's like you're dead, because we never see each other. We just meet once in 2, 3, 4 years. We lost that which turned out to be a privilege. Now, we don't see each other because conditions don't allow it. So, looking at all that, ladies and gentlemen, we struggle because we looked ahead of where we are. And this is what we see when we close our eyes. Even amidst pain, even amidst challenges, when we close our eyes, we envision a Uganda that is comfortable for everybody. A Uganda that offers equal opportunity for everybody, regardless of who you know or where you come from, regardless of your tribe, your religion, or your political party. That is why we struggle. In a Uganda where I will come and comfortably say what I believe, and you're not going to come and beat me up. We want to live in a Uganda where you work hard, you are assured that you're going to be rewarded. A kind of Uganda where when you hustle in America and you ship things back home, they're not overtaxed. We want a Uganda where when I go back to the ghetto, I know that those girls who I went to school with are not going to die giving birth simply because there are no gloves or cheap things like those in hospitals. That is a country that we want. A country generally where, people reign supreme, where leaders are servants of people, not vice versa. But today in Uganda, the gun is the master and all citizens are slaves. Okay? It does not work like that. America has more guns than us, but the people reign supreme. So that's the kind of country that we want. Unfortunately, that is not the country that we have. Back home we live in fear. You cannot even expose a crime because exposing a crime is seen as committing a crime. And that is why we lost Chirumira, and we continue to lose people like that. We want to live in a country where we are not ruled by fear. In a country where we are free. Because it is achievable. It is not magic. That is what we were promised in 1986. So ladies and gentlemen, when you see us struggling, we're not just having fun. We're not doing it for fun. Okay? We are raising a voice and we're trying to reach out to everybody because we know everybody has a role to play in this. And when we thought and thought and thought, we realized that we've been promised the same thing since independence. Regime after regime, regime after regime, each one promises a fundamental change. Until we realized that the only solution is not to bank on individuals, but on all the people. After all, we are trying to make people reign supreme. Nobody is going to give us that. We are going to get ourselves that, and we're going to get it, all of us. And that brings me to what you're chatting. People power. Our power. People power. Ladies and gentlemen, it was out of casual conversations with fellow young people in Uganda, and all the conversations we hold backstage with friends, and we envisioned that we need to harness that unifying spirit, that unifying aspirations, because we have the same hopes and indeed same fears. And that is how we came up with the idea of people power. Because people power is our power. And our power is people power. Gun power cannot liberate us. Gun power continues to enslave us. Because it gives power to the guns. But people power gives power to the people. And who are the people? We are the people. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to assert again that people power is not about Bobi Wine. Don't even get it wrong. I am only here as one of the over 40 million Ugandans who are oppressed. Our country has been divided between oppressors and the oppressed, where the oppressed are very few, but oppressing us who are actually very many, keeping us in terrible conditions. You guys who live in America, you will side with me that here in America, even if you're broke, your poverty only stops in your house. But when you walk out of your house, you start enjoying the wealth of it. Yes. It even makes you forget how broke you are until you get back to your house. But back home in Uganda, no matter how rich you are, your richness stops in your house. Once you walk out of your house, you start facing the poverty of the entire country. The smell, the dust, the bad roads, the insecurity, everything. That is not what we want. No, we want better. And to achieve that, it is not going to take one person. It is going to take all of us. For so many years, we have trusted individuals to liberate us. President Museveni today claims, tells us stories like Naige Soloyange, I went and killed my animal and now you want to kill. He even goes ahead to disrespect us and tells us he, at his age, is bearing the vision of all of us. Why? Because we let him. Okay? So we don't need another big daddy, no. Okay? We don't need another Messiah, no. We don't need another Savior, no. And this is to tell my brothers and sisters who have been thinking that they make me happy when they call me a savior. I am nobody's savior. I am just one of you. Okay? It does not make sense if we don't stand together. But if we stand together, we'll make a point because we are equally as important as each other. Do not leave it to us. Don't leave it to me. Okay? I was arrested, beaten, and incarcerated. I was not even able to read a single Facebook post or a tweet, or even to read newspapers. But you made it happen even without me. So, I want you to know that you must not underestimate your ability. Even as we go back home, I know they plan so many evil plans for me. But I want you to know that for as long as you stand, it does not matter what they do to a few of us. The power of the people has started and it cannot be stopped. I know that our government does not know how to deal with us. They don't know how to deal with us. It has never happened. We have never been as united as we are. They have never seen so many young people with one voice and one resolve. They don't know how to deal with us. don't know what to tell us. They cannot lie to us anymore. Okay? They cannot intimidate us anymore. They cannot block our voices anymore. They cannot silence us anymore. You see, of late, I have seen some desperate measures by the government. They've struggled so much to label us a violent group of people. I want to make this clear. We are not a violent group of people. We despise violence. Okay? We are not violent. The state wants us to be labeled violent because violence is the only language they know. Okay? They are the masters of violence. Okay? So they want to label us violent so that they can respond to us with violence. Okay? They want to provoke us into violence so that they do what? They find reason to kill us. But we are smarter than them. And I want at this juncture to also inform you. Thank you. People power! People power! Our power! I will remind you that the Minister of Security was on national TV and he called us terrorists because we advocate for people power. But to me, that should make us glad. Because even the great Nelson Mandela was labeled a terrorist by the apartheid regime. Okay? They've gone ahead, I am informed, to print T-shirts which are red, to plant people among us, to throw stones and cause chaos so that they can respond to us with bullets. I am calling upon you, my brothers, especially those at home, do not fall in their trap. Let us continue to be smarter than them. And yes, you have seen the head of state moving with bags of money. Yes, you've seen them move with bags of money, our money. Okay? Taking it to the ghetto people to buy them into silence because they don't know how to deal with us. But I also said to them, that was saying, febe twagala si kutuwayo buwi kuja twagala tuwayo buwi kaswazi ochekera alali muna sodiwa nayenga kitwagala oyo choro gwe batuwa nene zonna zisobola okubeereza ffe zonna ochekera ate omulimu gwazo si gwa kugabayo bugabi wabula kukola programs ezigenda otugira ddala mu mbeera eyo si kutuwabesa bulobesa kutuja kumalamwa so kati jjajja alina okumanya tife twagala tuwayo buli kisente twagala atwekemu twebereremu. Now, for you people who live in America, and indeed all people that have had the rare opportunity Finally, I want to call upon you, brothers and sisters, to continue being assertive. I mentioned it that you guys are special ones. Back home, we hold each one of you in high regard. Because, yes, the money that they are using to oppress us, they're actually borrowing that money in our names. And it is us and our children and our children's children who are going to pay that money. So I want you guys to continue raising your voices. I just spoke to the mayor of Waltham. And she's helping us raise our voice in the necessary offices. And indeed, I've spoken to a few leaders. I'd rather just you see the results. Because Uganda is not an isolated case, ladies and gentlemen. We are part of the family of nations. And for a long time, our development partners have actually been coming off as partners in crime. So keep asserting your voices. Go to your congressmen and congresswomen. Go to the necessary offices. We'll be in touch with your leaders, and also you don't leave it to us. Let everybody do what they can do. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to liberate ourselves.